Pearl's deception, a Caribbean scandal. Beneath the blazing Caribbean sun, in a small coastal village where the scent of salt and ripe mangoes filled the air, a girl was born. Her name was Pearl, and from the moment she took her first breath, she was destined to be different. With caramel-toned skin that shimmered in the sunlight, a statuesque figure, and a walk that could stop time itself, Pearl commanded attention. Men worshipped her. Women envied her. She moved with the grace of a queen, head high, hips swaying, eyes full of secrets. But behind that captivating smile, behind the luxurious dresses and jewels that adorned her neck, was a woman driven by greed, deception, and ruthless ambition. She was a goddess in the streets, but a devil behind closed doors. At just 16, Pearl found herself pregnant, the result of a fleeting affair with one of the many men who chased her shadow. But when the child was born, she felt nothing. No warmth, no connection, just resentment. She named the baby Stephen, but motherhood, that was never in her plans. Then came Carol and Sadie, out-of-town relatives who adored the baby boy. And in a heartless, spur-of-the-moment decision, Pearl looked them in the eyes and said, "Take him. You can have him." Just like that, without a second thought. And as they left, carrying her own flesh and blood in their arms, Pearl smiled, because now she was free. Years passed, and Pearl's beauty only grew stronger. Men desired her, women watched her, but Pearl, she wanted more. Then one day, she set her eyes on Lawrence, a powerful high society businessman. Wealth dripped off him like honey, a tailored suit, a luxury car, a gold watch that cost more than her mother's house. Pearl saw everything she wanted. One problem, Lawrence was married. But when Pearl wanted something, she never missed. She pursued him, tempted him, consumed him, until one day, Lawrence's wife, May, was cast aside, thrown out like a forgotten relic. And in her place, Pearl stepped into the grand estate, draped in silk and diamonds. May had built the life. Pearl had stolen it. Pearl thrived in Lawrence's lavish mansion. The estate had sprawling verandas, marble floors, towering palm trees. And soon she began having daughters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each child was a reflection of Pearl's beauty, except for one, Cecile. Her skin was darker. Her hair was kinkier. Her presence was unwelcomed. Pearl resented her, despised her. Whispers spread. Who was Cecile's real father? And as Pearl's other daughters flourished in luxury, Cecile, she was pushed aside, an outsider in her own home. Meanwhile, far away, Pearl's abandoned son, Stephen, had grown, handsome, strong, successful, but something was missing. He had questions. Who am I? Who is my real mother? Then one day, he found out. Sadie picked up the phone, dialed Pearl's number. "Stephen wants to meet you." Pearl's response, "I don't want to see him." Cold, unforgiving. But Stephen came anyway, and when Pearl laid eyes on him, she was furious, because Lawrence didn't know, and Pearl's perfect world was beginning to crack. Lawrence fell ill. He needed a blood transfusion. 2 of his children stepped up, but when the test came back, they weren't his. The truth exploded like a grenade. Cecile stood in the center of the storm, her dark eyes burning with fury. "All this time, I was treated like the outsider," she hissed. "Now look who the real outsiders are." Pearl's empire of deception was falling apart. But while Lawrence wasted away in bed, Pearl, she had moved on to Pastor Paul Peters, the church's assistant pastor, the man of God, the respected leader. But one morning, at 4 a.m. prayer, Henry, a faithful church member, walked into the pastor's office, and there he saw them, Pearl, Pastor Paul, half-dressed, wrapped in sin. The church was shaken. Pearl was exposed. Lawrence died. At the funeral, May, his rightful wife, walked to the front. She leaned in, whispered into Pearl's ear, "You thought you won, but I'll have the last laugh. 2 weeks later, Pearl was evicted. The grand estate gone. Her luxurious life over. And as she stood at the gates, watching the life she stole crumble into dust, for the first time in her life, Pearl had lost.